Hi everyone, Jason JD Hernandez of Locked On Anaheim Ducks here with 5 things you need to know about the Anaheim Ducks ahead of this upcoming 2022-23 season. First, let's talk about Trevor Zegras, who is bound to have a huge season for the Anaheim Ducks with no restrictions, and with Trevor Zegras likely starting on opening night on that first line center. I'm expecting him to average a point a game this season. Last year, with Getzlaf and all the fanfare that he got, someone has to take over those points. And with Trevor Zegras likely on that first line in opening night, look for him to bust out, especially with Troy Terry on his flank. Thing number 2 is going to focus on John Klingberg, the newest Anaheim Duck, who is only on a 1-year, $7 million contract. Klingberg is betting on himself that he's going to have a monster season. Look for him to have a big season because he knows he's going to want that big paycheck after this contract. The big question with Klingberg is how good is he going to do the first half of the season? Because this is a 1-year deal, the Ducks could always trade him at the deadline if they have a horrible start. If the Ducks have a good start, look for Klingberg to possibly look for an extension for the Ducks this upcoming season. And John Klingberg, coming off of some great years in Dallas, he could possibly get a 50-60 point season and come back to form. The next thing I want to talk about is Mason McTavish, who is looking to have a huge year. And in fact, I'm going to come out and say this right now. You ready for this? I think McTavish wins the Calder Trophy as the NHL's Rookie of the Year. Last season, Trevor Zegras was the runner-up for the trophy, and McTavish is looking to have a big season after stints in Anaheim, San Diego, Peterborough, Hamilton, by the way, winning the OHL championship for the Bulldogs, Team Canada on the Olympic team, and Team Canada again winning the World Junior Championship. McTavish, coming off a humongous year, looks extremely good in training camp, and McTavish is looking to have a huge bust-out year. Next, John Gibson. John Gibson looking to rebound from last season. Gibby did have a terrific first half last season. Gibby even made the All-Star team last season. But the second half kind of fell off, but that wasn't entirely his fault. Now look for John Gibson to build off of last season's first half and do even better. Now that the Ducks have built up on defense a little bit, and now that Jamie Drysdale is going to be on the second line defense, therefore putting less pressure on Jamie Drysdale, look for John Gibson to get just a little bit more help on defense this season. And if he can put up the same numbers that he did in last season's first half, Gibby could make the All-Star team again this season. And finally, the last big thing for this Anaheim Ducks team is going to be coaching. The assistant coaches for the Ducks are looking really good right now. But what about Dallas Eakins, who has perennially been on the hot seat the last 3 years, it seems like? 2 seasons ago, Eakins was on the hot seat after a 9-game losing streak. Last year, Eakins was on the hot seat again after a double-digit losing streak, 11 games. Dallas Eakins did get a 1-year contract extension. Does that necessarily mean that he's going to stick around for the entire season? Just because he signed that contract doesn't put him off of the hot seat. He's going to be expected to right the ship and help this Ducks team hopefully accelerate their rebuild. And you are now fully in the know about the 2022-23 Anaheim Ducks. Be sure to subscribe to Locked On Anaheim Ducks for free wherever you get your podcasts on YouTube to keep up with the Ducks all season long. And don't forget to check out the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify to keep up with your Anaheim Ducks. Quack, quack, everyone.